My name is Avery McDougall, and today I'll be showing off my science fair project. I'm a freshman at Dayton Regional STEM School, and I've been working on this project since about September. I'm very happy on how it turned out. I had two main goals for this project. The first one was to make a household speaker out of sound exciters and materials everybody had. The second one was to learn more about sound, as it intrigued me, and I always have wanted to learn more about it, but didn't really know how. I had two main ideas that I thought might happen. The first one was that metallic items such as a metal can would test the best in sound quality and loudness, and materials such as styrofoam would not. But as I will get into later, this wasn't really the case. To learn more about my second goal, I decided to do background research. I did this on sound exciters, diffraction, how sound waves bounce off of materials, and many more. Sound exciters use the energy around them and put that into the force into the material. That's how it makes sound. Diffraction is how different sounds bounce off of different materials, and sound waves bounce off of materials at the same angle that they hit it. This is all important information. I have more information in my science fair paper. As you can see, in my first test I used as many materials as I could. This was to gain as much data as I could so I could find the right materials. As the data will show later, I decided using styrofoam, thin cardboard, and wood aluminum tape combo would be the best materials. The way I tested my materials was simple. I put duct tape on the back of the sound exciter. From there I connected it to materials. This gave me the best simulation for the actual adhesive I was going to be using on the final project. The reason I didn't use the actual adhesive is because it was a one-try use. An image on screen is how I tested my materials. It was taken from the 2-gallon bucket test on cardboard. After the sound exciter was connected to the material, I played a 15-second clip from the intro of the song Little Talks of Monsters and Men. I chose this specific song because it was the most full-sounding song I had on my playlist, and it would give me the best results. As shown on screen, for my first test, I had a few things off the bat that were shocking. The first was that while wood didn't have the loudest sound ever, it had the best quality by far. This is why I ended up using wood in my final test. Another shock is how well styrofoam did. It had impressive quality while being louder than the majority of materials. I needed to see if this was a fluke, or if styrofoam was a material that would actually be serviceable, so I decided to use it in the final test. A major disappointment, though, was the metal can. As I have stated previously, I thought the metal can would be one of the more useful items possible, but while it was one of the loudest, it sounded absolutely horrible. The reason I used the thin cardboard was because it was the loudest, and it had decent sound quality. I actually ended up changing the wood material to a wood and aluminum tape combo so I could try and keep the amazing sound quality while making it a little bit louder. I decided to do a 5-gallon and a 2-gallon bucket model. These images are on screen currently. The results are also on screen. As you can see, styrofoam performed horribly in both these tests, confirming my suspicions of it being a fluke. Also, as you can see, the cardboard did decent, but it was not what I wanted. The wood-aluminum combo had the best sound quality with decent loudness. I decided that this would be the final combo I would use. So for my final model, I decided to go with a wood-aluminum combo as I have been talking about. But I decided that a holder, it wouldn't be a bucket because it didn't really produce what I wanted it to. So I decided it would be a toolbox. Right here is actually the toolbox that I'm going to use. It looks like a normal toolbox, but inside is where my speaker's at. The first thing that starts is with the control panel, what I call it. And then you go down here, and there's all the parts. What happens is the wood is connected. The sound exciter is connected to the wood, like that. It's actually connected to the aluminum, which then is connected to the wood. This creates a good sound. They're zip tied underneath the remaining cable is zip tied underneath here. And then there is I made an H bracket out of styrofoam and duct tape to hold it in place. Right about here. Right about here. This is a part of it. This was to keep it all in place. And what happens is you plug one cable into your phone or computer and play a song, and it will start playing music as a speaker does. This model, from the song I tested, has an average of 70.5 decibels, and the loudest point was 74.7 decibels. It sounds really good for a homemade speaker, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's the best one that I could have made using household materials. The future direction of this project is, while it was very fun, I feel like I need to move on because I have reached the limit of my testing points. I don't really have any more advanced testing that I could do, so I feel like this is the best thing that I can make. And that is the end of this video. Hopefully you like my project, and thank you for watching.